Aliquippa, I hope you had a Merry Christmas. This is Franklin Avenue. This is right across from the B.F. Jones Memorial Library. 663 Franklin Avenue. It was built with money from Jones's daughter in 1927. It's Renaissance revival, and up at the top it has all the things you can study inside the library. It resembles a Carnegie Library in spirit. Remember, B.F. Jones, or Benjamin Franklin Jones, and Bernard Loth were the key founders of J&L Steel. Bernard Loth's interests were bought by James Laughlin. The mill closed in '84 in Aliquippa, but J&L Structural lasted until 2002. They were doing 100 tons still right before they closed. It's in the old Pennsylvania Lake Erie Railroad station. There it is without 51 coming through, and then here it is today with 51 coming through. Remember, that railroad was called the Little Giant. It was 1% of the nation's tonnage, although only being 1/10 of 1% of the nation's trackage. So that was largely due to all the freight it hauled for the mills. Now, just down the street, this is the former United Steelworkers Hall, but it was in the Aliquippa National Bank building. So any hallmark of a mill town is you're going to have your local union hall. So imagine a lot of things took place there, a lot of meetings, et cetera, et cetera. The building actually used to have a big tree in front of it, but they cut it down in the last couple of years. And just down the street from that is the former Pittsburgh Mercantile Company building. These types of things are so cool. Now, seems a little bit predatory to have a company store where employees would give back their hard-earned wages, but this also offered many things. So food, home goods, furniture, et cetera, et cetera. You could even buy steel-toed boots there and have them deducted from your J&L paycheck with your ID. So there was also one on the south side, of course, because that J&L mill was built first. This one in Aliquippa was built in 1905. And of course, a lot of vacancies on Franklin Avenue amidst the older buildings. And where would we be without our New Deal project? So the 1936 open post office, look at that artwork that used to be inside, of course, depicting the mill. Depression era projects like this were common. That's why we have a lot of things that were built in the 30s that look Art Deco-y. Anyway, this town has one, of course. Now, a couple more things. The Aliquippa City Veteran Services used to actually be the People's National Gas site, and across from it was the Aliquippa Hotel. So you're passing the Veteran Services, and then there's the Dollar General. That used to be an open site, but before that, it was, of course, just houses. So now looking at that intersection that used to have the Aliquippa Hotel, the building was only torn down a few years ago. So when you go back on Street View, you can still see it. So there it is. Nothing noteworthy, but a hotel nonetheless, showing that the town had a need for one. And then here was the parking lot that then became the Dollar General. Check out Aliquippa when you have a chance.